Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Kyodokan. I'm Ryusei. Today I introduce two recipes of Matsutake mushroom. Matsutake no osuimono and Matsutake and rice. Matsutake is the most expensive and valuable mushroom and it is so loved in Japan. Matsutake has an amazing aroma and flavor. And fortunately, I've gained a lot of subscribers in the past months. Thank you very much, I'm so glad. So I'll introduce how to make dashi and the rice carefully. Dashi is an essential part of Japanese cuisine and elevates the flavor of the dishes. And the rice is also an essential part of Japanese life. These are really important to understand Japanese cuisine and culture. I hope this video will be interesting and informative for you. Yes, let's make it. First of all, I'll prepare dashi. I add konbu to the water. 1000 grams of water and 10 grams of konbu. I leave it for 30 minutes at room temperature. 30 minutes later, the water turns to light green color, the konbu has spread and it's ready to extract umami. I turn on the heat. I heat it over low heat and extract umami as much as possible. It is important to heat it gradually. 20 minutes later, the small bubbles come to the surface. I taste it. I feel the flavor of konbu. Okay, I remove the konbu. The reason of removing it is that when the water boils with konbu, the dashi becomes cloudy. To make clear soup, I remove it. Once it starts to boil, I add the Bonito flakes and turn off the heat as soon as possible. The aroma of Bonito flakes is very nice. I leave it until the Bonito flakes sink to the bottom. Perfect. I place 2 sheets of kitchen paper on a strainer. I drain a sieve. Good. I put pressure on it to extract the flavor well. Some chefs don't do it because they think that to do it adds a little bit of bitter flavor to dashi. In fact, there are so many opinions how to make dashi. But I'm sure this way is so good. I hope you will find your best way. Okay, dashi is done. Let's make Matsutake no osuimono. Osuimono means soup, and this square food is egg tofu. It supports today's main ingredient, Matsutake. At first, I'll make egg tofu. I crack 3 eggs into a bowl. Good. I beat it. It is important to beat it well to make smooth egg tofu. Okay, I add 240 grams of dashi. 15 grams of mirin, 10 grams of usukuchi, and a pinch of salt. I mix them. Nice. The egg mixture is done. I use this strainer and drain a sieve to a container. Okay, I'll introduce one tip to make beautiful and smooth egg tofu. I fold the paper into thirds and I tear it. I fold it into half. Okay, I soak it into the water shortly. And I attach the paper to the side of the container. This will prevent the outside of the egg tofu from being overcooked. Egg tofu is similar to chamshi, but the egg tofu is much bigger. That's why we need to cover the container with paper to cook it evenly. Okay, I'm ready to cook it. The steamer is well heated. I open the lid. And I place a cloth on the bottom to prevent it from overheating. I place egg tofu and cover it with a lid. I heat it for 3 minutes over the lowest heat. 3 minutes later, I use a bamboo skewer. I insert it like this. This helps to let the heat out. To make beautiful egg tofu, we need to control the heat carefully. I heat it for 8 minutes over the lowest heat as well. 8 minutes later, I open the lid. I check whether it's cooked or not. I move the steamer. Okay. If it has not solidified, please heat it more 3 minutes over low heat. Okay, I turn off the heat. I remove it and let it cool. Next, I'll prepare Matsutake mushrooms. At first, I clean it with a wet paper towel. I get rid of the sand carefully. I wipe it gently, not to break it. And then I cut off the root side shortly. Good. I make a cut like this and tear it by hand. This elevates the texture and flavor of Matsutake. Beautiful. Nice. Then I'll prepare Matsutake for the rice. I cut it into half and slice it thinly. Okay, I've cut 1.5 of Matsutake into slices. I set it aside. Next, this is Dashi. I slice it thinly. Nice. I'll use it to osuimono as suikuchi. Suikuchi is something which adds aroma to the soup. Okay, egg tofu. The surface is so beautiful. I cut all sides off carefully. Nice. I remove it. The side is also beautiful. The paper worked so nice. I cut off the bottom side. Opposite side as well. I remove it. Nice. I cut it into 9 pieces. It is really soft and smooth. Egg tofu is done. We can eat it as is. I'll make suiji. Suiji means soup. I transfer about 400 grams of dashi. And I'll heat it. While I make sushi, I'll heat the egg tofu in the steamer. I add 2 pinches of salt. I mainly season sushi with salt. I stir it. And I add usukuchi. Usukuchi adds nice aroma to the soup. Okay, I'll taste it. A little bit thin, so I add more usukuchi. Okay, I add matsutake. Matsutake is cooked quickly. I turn off the heat. Let's arrange it on a plate. I use the egg tofu as one zoomer. It's a supporter in osuimono. Nice. And I put suji. Osuimono or one mono is usually composed of 4 parts. 1 dane, 1 zuma, suikuchi, and suji. We use seasonal ingredients to make osuimono. I place matsutake on the egg tofu. Matsutake is today's main ingredient. Finally, sudachi. Matsutake no osuimono is done. It's very simple, but we feel and enjoy autumn from this osuimono. Next, I'll make Matsutake gohan. This is 250 grams of uruchi rice. I rinse the rice with the water. I add the water to it. Okay, I stir it lightly and discard the water quickly. The reason I do it is that the rice absorbs the water and smells so quickly. If we do it slowly, the rice absorbs the fast water, which has rice bran smell. And I rub the rice with my hand like this. I add the water. And discard it. I don't put any power. I'm conscious of rubbing the grains each other. Okay, I add the water again. The water is less cloudy than before. Stop and discard it. Finally, I add the water again. Okay, I let it stand for 30 minutes to absorb the water. 30 minutes later, I drain a sieve. The rice is ready to cook. I add the rinsed rice to the tonabe. The amount of this rice is 309 grams. Then I add 300 grams of dashi. I add 10 grams of mirin, 10 grams of Ryusei sauce, and a pinch of salt. At last, sliced matsutake. Matsutake is so valuable for Japanese, so we do not add other ingredients to enjoy pure flavor of matsutake. This rice is really gorgeous. I cover it with a lid and I'll cook it. I turn on the heat. The heat is high and heat it for 7 minutes until it starts to boil. Once it boils, I turn down the heat to low and keep heating for 8 minutes. Donabe has high heat retention, so we can keep the water boiling even over low heat. 8 minutes later, I turn up the heat to high to make okoge. I heat for 15 seconds. Okay, I turn off the heat and leave it for 15 minutes. 15 minutes later, I open the lid. The aroma is wonderful. I mix the rice. Yes, I got okoge. Great. Okay, I arranged on a rice bowl. Good. Finally, I add yuzu. I grate the skin of yuzu. Okay, I sprinkle yuzu to the rice. Perfect. Matsutake and rice is done. I hope you will enjoy Matsutake dishes. Thank you. Did you enjoy? Today I introduced how to make dashi and rice carefully. And Matsutake is the most expensive and popular autumn ingredient. I hope you will enjoy Japanese delicious and sensitive Matsutake dishes. Thank you for watching to the end. I'm looking forward to seeing you next time. Have a nice day. See you later.